Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. So I have a bunch of mysterious UFO footage today. Most of it is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll jump in when I feel I need to. But as you just saw the first clip, I want to explain a little bit. This was uploaded to YouTube, as were all of these, by a viewer flying over Kolubara, Serbia. And he says in his description, something was recorded in an old mine, which looks to be filled in with water here, and it reminded him of the Loch Ness Monster, which is said to be a sort of dinosaur era creature that is still here on Earth, and maybe more than one. As you can see, whatever is under this lake, and remember, they are high up, filming down below, and all I can say is something massive and long is swimming, making huge currents and motions under this water in this mysterious secluded area. So tell me what you guys think. And now on to some UFO clips. Now this first clip here, a mother and daughter or a mother and son are stopped at a light, and while you may not see something at first, it took me a second, but then I looked back in the distance and there appears to be some sort of what looks to me like a saucer-shaped object just sitting there.
Are we seeing a UFO?
I can see UFO. Zoom in on those.
I zoomed in as far as I can zoom in. I do not see. What in the world? I don't see any.
Alright, so here we have another sort of vertical UFO clip, which I know is much harder to see, so I'm going to zoom in here, but this guy records a very mysterious black object, and it does not look like a drone, it doesn't look like a balloon, and one of the key features of this object that leads me to believe this thing is being controlled is because if you'll watch just before he pans the camera to follow this thing as it goes over his roof, the object makes a very sharp right-hand turn, where as opposed to going straight above his house, it turns and then he catches it and switches his viewing angle.
Yeah, there it is. What the hell is that shit? What the fuck? Oh shit. There's a UFO right there, man. Whoa.
Okay, here is another very quick clip, this time taken in China, of what looks like a traditional flying saucer shaped object like you would see from the 1950s or 60s. And if you'll notice, there's another white circular object in the distance which appears to be a balloon, as one viewer pointed out. But this object was different, and you could tell by the people who apparently live in this area and pass by it all the time. They are shocked to see this other black or gray or dark shaped object sitting in the sky as if it doesn't belong there. Here we have footage taken in Lima, Peru, where we have these strange sort of purplish colored lights hovering right at the top of this mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, so this user did a really good job of explaining this video herself of what I can only describe as some sort of object that has some definite structure to it. It doesn't look like a street light. It doesn't look like anything I could think would be sitting there in the middle of the night in the sky. It's got a very strange shape, and well, I will let this viewer show you.
Okay, I just wanted to show you all this video. This was taken back in August of 2019, and I just now finally found it. Had to dig a little. But what you're gonna see here was my daughter and I sitting in line at, I believe it was McDonald's, gonna get a drink. And we were in a line of cars, and I looked over out into the field, and I saw a very large craft with lights circling around. So I'm gonna show you real quick what it looks like. It was just hovering right above the trees, and I don't know how other people in line did not seem to see it, because to me it was so blatantly obvious. But I mean, the thing was crazy. And then I looked above me, and there was this craft straight above me from what I could see out my window with the window rolled down. My daughter was sitting in the other seat, and it didn't seem to faze her either. You know, I don't know why. Some people just seem unfazed by this. But to me, it's insane. So I'm going to show you this again. We're going to do a close-up here. I'm kind of going to go slow. So it seems to have lights circling around it. I just wish I could have got it clearer. But it was, well, as we know, there's not even one UFO picture that I think anyone can get that's very clear. Being that somehow or another, they blur it out. And I mean, it's just plain and simple. I've tried and tried a million different ways, a new camera, an old camera. So, you know, you tell me. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but it's not the phone. It could be the videographer. That's a possibility. But it's not the phone, or the camera, or the video. It could just be the person behind it. But then again, like I said, I haven't seen a good one at all. So as you can see, this is the best I can get of it, but it would have had to have been rather large, because I would say off in the distance, this was about, you know, a couple hundred feet away or more, and it was probably about 60 foot above the ground, and it was like hovering over an office building. And I wish I could have videoed longer, but the usual happens, and my videos get shut off. But in this case, the line started moving through the drive-thru, and I had to go because I was getting cars impatient and mad at me behind me. So.
And this last clip we have for you was captured in Medellin, Colombia, of what the user called a plasma UFO. And the reason he called it that is because when you zoom in, you see this sort of strange white glow surrounding the object itself. Again, a vertical video, but when zoomed in, it's clear as day to be something strange. Alright guys, well that is all I have for today. Let me know what you thought. Is this another Loch Ness Monster type creature, or is it just an extremely large catfish? I have no idea. This looks bigger than a fish to me, especially from the distance away. I mean, whatever this is, it looks huge. So, hope you guys had a good time on today's video. Be sure to stay tuned, stay safe, check out our merch shop, and I will see you guys back in just a bit.